And that is why it's clearly Scotland. Welcome to Watch Mojo, where today we'll be counting down the top 10 things about Scotland and England. Now, as I'm sure many of you know, I was born in a little place in England called Nottingham, and then in the first few years of my life moved up to England, which is where I've lived my entirety of my life since coming to university, where I am now in Carlisle studying film and TV. So I feel I've got a good grasp between the Scottish-English way of life, and that's why I do refer to myself as Squinglish. Now some of you may be saying, Yanni, where does the W come from? And just, I don't know, maybe I'm a bit Welsh or something. You can't say Skinglish or Englishish. It doesn't work, so it's Squinglish, alright? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little icon either side to symbolise Scotland and England, and we're going to be counting up the points which each country gets. So first off, we're going to start with the schooling educational system. So in England you do it in years, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc, etc. Whereas in Scotland we do it in P1, 2, 3, 4, 5, standing for primary, and then S, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, standing for secondary. Now, Scottish way, in my opinion, is a lot easier to grasp, purely because I went through it. English way is not as easy to grasp. I don't even know what you guys are doing. You do like GCSE still or something, so I don't know what you're on. We moved away from that years ago. Other than years though, which I'm giving the point to Scotland because I understand it and I still don't really understand English way of teaching, despite being told it about 30 times by a numerous amount of different people. We're going to talk about the exam system. So one of the differences between the schooling system in Scotland and England is the grades that you get. Whereas in Scotland you get A, B, C, D. In England, I think it's different. I think you get A stars. I don't really know. I've tried to do my education in this video, but I still don't really understand it. So I think again Scotland wins. However, we do have National 5s, National 4s, which don't do an exam in, Highers and Advanced Highers. England has not that. They have something else, I think. A-levels and more A-levels. I don't think you go any further than A-levels. Now what I gather is in England you either do your 6th form or you go to college. Whereas in Scotland, the majority of people do all 6 years in high school and then will go off to university, or they will go off to college where they will later progress to university. This is different because it is.
This is an aspen. You can tell that it's an aspen tree because of the way it is. Wow.
Now another big difference between the two is that Scottish universities are free, whereas English universities cost you at least £9,500 a year. Which leaves me wondering why I choose an English university. My final point about the education system is that I gather the majority of English university courses are 3 years, whereas in Scotland they're 4 years, which is a point to England. So well done England, you finally got a point. Good on you guys. Moving on, and now as I'm sure many of you know, the Scottish weather isn't renowned for being great. However, we get by. We often have a good summer between July and August, which is nice, and then it'll go back to raining. However, I was doing my research earlier, I didn't know Leeds had the most amount of rainfall. So yeah, turns out Leeds has the most amount of rainfall out of anywhere in the UK, and the last time I checked, Leeds isn't in Scotland. So have that one too. Scotland apparently has better weather. Joke's on you. Wow, we're just winning every single one in this one. Take to Scotland. No, but in all seriousness. Oh my god. I'm sure many of you think it's a joke that the Scottish weather is considerably worse than English weather. However, being a student that travels back home quite a lot of time to go and work, I can tell you that crossing across the she sells on the seashore. However, on the times that I cross back across the Scottish border, it starts raining. No matter what the weather is in England, it will start raining. And vice versa, if it's raining in Scotland and I cross back across the English border, it will stop raining. That's my proof. No, but to bring it back to England as well, London stereotypically has the nicest weather out of the country, particularly when we're sitting in the summer in the pouring down rain and London's got 30 degrees and everybody's out in the paddling pools with the heat waves and we're just sitting there wanting to be smart, man. As an overall verdict in my scientific opinion, I do believe that Scottish weather is significantly worse than English weather. If you check up the Yanni wiki page, you will find out that that too is backed up by reliable sources. As many of you know, Scottish people have a fairly... Next up we have language and slang, and as I'm sure many of you know, Scotland is known for having quite a thick, broad accent. However, moving to university in England and having only one Scottish friend, I know that there's a lot of different accents, particularly the ones down south, which are pleasant and quite friendly on the ears, such as Scouse, London, anywhere like that. Ah yes, because as I always say, the Scouse live in the south, but henceforth in the north. And then you move up slightly into the north and you've got disgusting accents such as Geordie or Geordie. That's a joke, please don't beat me up. Next we have the most important one, arguably, marriage. Woo! And I'm sure many of you didn't know that the legal age you can get married in Scotland without your parents' consent is 16, compared to that of 18 in England. This probably explains why we've got so many teenage pregnancies and why I'm a dad, aged 18, to 4 kids. Now, moving on to the internet and meme side, we have the iconic Scottish video of
"Well, it was fucking one of yous. Disgusting!"
And on the English side, we've got
If you want some, I'll give it you.
Now, both are clearly masterpieces in their own way. I can't credit either one as better than the other, as they're both just amazing videos in my humble opinion. However, the Disgusting video has recently become quite popular amongst the meme world, and it's been out for quite a while. So I've got to say, Scotland's clearly not really caught up to the meme race yet, but we will be there eventually, and therefore I'm giving a point to England. Now, while I was researching for this video, I found out that I've got a lot of my own opinion in there and decided I'd search up some of my own facts and put them in for you as well. So I got to work. I really just want to wear these glasses. I paid £2. Let me get my use. So I got to work researching the different types of things between Scotland and England. And this is what I found. Scotland has the highest number of redheads. So congratulations, England, you've got another point. Our official animal is the unicorn, which says a lot about Scotland, as we've now got the Loch Ness Monster and a unicorn, so we really don't do ourselves any justice. And who doesn't just love a bit of bagpipe music? Now, England has us top trumped in many facts, such as they're dragging us out of the EU without our consent. A big bonus that England has is that their language is spoken worldwide. I don't really see people speaking any Scottish in Africa, so well done England, you've won there. We've got even more interesting facts about England though, such as there are more chickens living there than there are people, and I personally contribute 4 chickens to that. Oh wait, we live in Scotland. Now in my completely unbiased opinion, I'm sure that it was probably pretty even level playing field here, and that Scotland definitely didn't come out on top, seeing as I talked about it in most of this video. Just so you know, there's no biased views towards anywhere mentioned in this video. As I said, I was originally born in England, did move to Scotland, and am now back in England. And honestly, I hate them both equally. So I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, please do smash that like button. Do leave a comment on which one is your favourite. And yeah, subscribe. Thanks for watching.